Before one grain of sand was placed, engineers had to understand the seafloor beneath.
Multi-beam sonar maps every meter of the seabed: depth, density, and composition. The Palm's full footprint, 5 kilometers across, is mapped directly onto open ocean. Core samples reveal what lies beneath news: sand, coral substrate, and compacted marine clay. Engineers confirm the seabed can bear millions of tons, but only if built correctly. 12 kilometers of outer crescent boundary colons, staked 1 GPS point at a time.
Gulf currents move at unpredictable angles. Every frond must be positioned to resist them.
The trunk begins here, a fixed anchor point on Dubai's Jumeirah coastline.
Every coral reef and seagrass bed is catalogued before a single stone is dropped.
Survey complete. Authorization granted. The most ambitious reclamation project ever begins. 2 kilometers of beachfront becomes the command base for an ocean-scale operation.
Every access road must support 60-ton loads tundras, even before the real work begins. A floating jetty, 180 meters long, becomes the main artery between shore and sea.
The world's largest dredging fleet assembles offshore, ready to reshape the Gulf itself.
Every dredger, every barge, every ton of sand, botany, tracked from this single command center. 6-ton granite boulders, each one hand-placed to anchor the island's outer shell.
500,000 liters of diesel prake, staged and ready to keep the fleet running around the clock.
900-millimeter discharge pipes stretch 3 kilometers Famli, the island's first lifeline.
Day or night, this site never sleeps. 24-hour operations begin immediately.
Infrastructure complete. In 72 hours, the dredgers begin filling the sea.
At 46,000 tons, this single vessel will move more sand than any machine in history.
Each pass excavates a trench 4 meters wide and 2 meters deep in seconds.
33,000 cubic meters of sand slurry bloricin, loaded in under 40 minutes.
The cutter head spins at 28 rotations per minute. Nothing on the seabed survives its path.
The trunk channel runs dead straight for 3 kilometers, accurate to within 10 centimeters.
Centuries of organic sediment, too unstable to build on, removed and disposed of offshore. Every living coral head is relocated by hand, each one catalogued, tagged, and transplanted safely.
80 kilopascals minimum, the seabed must prove it can carry an entire island's weight.
3 vessels run simultaneously through the night. The Gulf never gets a moment of silence.
Excavation complete. 5 million cubic meters of seabed, reshaped and ready for the island.
4,000 tons of granite perkies, released in seconds to fills, begins building the island's outer shield. 30-centimeter GPS precision, every boulder placed within arm's reach of its design position. Divers check every meter of slope. Even 1 degree off angle can compromise the entire structure. 7 million tons of rock, blasted from the Hajar Mountains and shipped to Dubai's shore. 15,000 tons per vessel clearing, a continuous convoy feeding the construction site day and night.
Each hammer blow drives 1 meter of steel into bedrock, 22 meters below the seabed. Marine-grade concrete protects the foundation from decades of harsh saltwater exposure. 6-ton cap rocks crown the breakwater, each one the last line of defense against the Gulf's fury.
500 meters of breakwater rises from the sea. The island's outer wall is becoming real.
Zero movement detected. The breakwater foundation is performing beyond every design parameter.
The first sand hits the water, and Palm Jumeirah begins to exist for the very first time.
Beneath the surface, an entirely new landmass grows, grain by grain, ton by ton.
6 dredgers fire simultaneously pourings, 500,000 cubic meters of sand placed every single day.
Every cubic meter of sand is tested. Particle size, density, and compaction must all meet specification. Each frond is sculpted to within half a meter of its design shape, from inside a machine cab.
Vibrating at 50 cycles per second seams, the probe drives out every void in the sand mass below. The trunk road substrate goes down first, the spine of the entire island taking shape. A 2-meter Gulf swell tests the breakwater, and the island behind it doesn't move a millimeter.
For the first time in history Saint, a palm tree appears in the Arabian Gulf, made entirely of sand.
At 50 million cubic meters placed a night, and the team allows themselves exactly one handshake.
The first permanent concrete touches the island like a daze. Palm Jumeirah graduates from sand to structure.
8 meters below the island surface, workers excavate the tunnel that connects Palm to mainland.
40 meters of pre-stressed concrete quality, lifted by floating crane and landed to the millimeter. Lower gently, easy, easy.
We're clear on this side.
6 lanes of highway, laid on a man-made island in the middle of the Arabian Gulf.
17 road teams work simultaneously, one for each frond, in perfect mechanical symmetry. Water, power, sewage, fiber, syndomes. 4 cities' worth of utilities buried beneath a single road.
A single pipe carries every drop of fresh water for 25,000 future island residents.
2 millimeters of tolerance, the monorail track that will carry driverless trains above the Palm. Precast walls define the shoreline permanently, and the island's shape is now fixed forever. Roads, tunnels, utilities, and a monorail built on sand, in the sea, from nothing. The first villa foundation, 40 cubic meters of concrete poured into reclaimed Arabian Gulf sand.
10,000 villas rise simultaneously across 17 fronds, the island becoming a city. 14 steps, cast in one-piece inru, a staircase lowered into place in under 4 minutes.
120 square meters of slab poured in one continuous operation, no cold joints allowed.
Jerusalem limestone, shipped from the Middle East's finest quarries, clads every villa on the Palm.
Unite concrete, shot at 100 kilometers per hour, creates a shell stronger than any poured wall. 3 trades, 1 room, 1 deadline couped. The villa's mechanical nervous system installed in days. 14 pumps, 31 hours, 46,000 square meters, Pamuring. The Atlantis Foundation never stops. Real palm trees planted on an artificial palm island. Nature and engineering finally meeting face to face.
From empty ocean to rising city, Palm Jumeirah has become the 8th wonder of the modern world.
2 coats, 22 millimeters pylon, a weatherproof skin built to outlast the Gulf's salt air for decades.
27 stories of architectural concrete columns. Atlantis earns its place on the Arabian Gulf skyline.
Gypsum plaster transforms raw blockwork into finished living space, 2 hours per room, per villa.
Carrara marble, Tabri, quarried in Italy, Papuntalite, laid by hand on an island that didn't exist 5 years ago. 10,000 kitchens fitted across the Palm, each one finished before a single resident arrives. tropical gardens planted at the edge of the Arabian Gulf in Stondes, on land that was open ocean 3 years ago.
17 hectares of water park built on a crescent of reclaimed sand. Engineering meets entertainment.
Street lights, paving, and palm trees, the front road transforms from construction site to neighborhood. 10,000 villas painted in warm Arabian tones, hues. The island finds its final color in the Gulf sun.
Every villa inspected room by room, not one key handed over until every defect is resolved.
The monorail completes its first run, 5.4 kilometers above the Arabian Gulf, in silence.
10 fully loaded trucks, the road deflects just 1.2 millimeters, 4 times better than designed.
15 bar for 30 minutes, not one joint fails across 60 kilometers of island pipework. One switch closes, and Palm Jumeirah illuminates for the very first time above the Arabian Gulf. The Atlantis chandelier descends into place, Willie, the final jewel in the island's crown. The first family crosses the threshold, their home built on sand the ocean gave up just 4 years ago. The breakwater has become a reef, pullant, marine life richer here now than before the island was built.
One signature, and the most audacious reclamation project in human history is officially complete.
He walked every meter of this island when it was open ocean Bacommedids, and now he walks it again. And this is how one of the world's greatest engineering marvels was made, from nothing into reality.